So Walgreens is debuting its new anti-theft store with just 2 aisles where customers can shop for themselves. The rest is locked up and needs to be ordered from a kiosk. The funny thing on this one is that Walgreens is spinning this as a bonus to the customers. This is all about customer service. It's not about loss prevention. It's not about shoplifting. It's not about organized retail theft. No, sir. Our CEO said we might have overjumped the gun on that one. So that's not about that. This is about having all of our stuff locked up in a store, except this little tiny bit. It's about you, the consumer, experiencing strong customer service from us as Walgreens. Let's get into it. Here we go. Chicago branch of Walgreens has been reimagined, and redesigned with just 2 aisles where customers may shop for themselves. The rest must be done via a kiosk. My girlfriend and I went into our local hardware store here in Bellevue, and you had to grab a number from a kiosk to get waited on to buy your stuff. And it was just this whole, what are we doing? And some construction worker looked at us and he went, those people do not know done lumber at all. And I don't think English is his first language. I didn't care because he sat there and yanked out this thing, looked at my girlfriend, gave it to her. And I was so thankful. I'm like, oh, thank you. Now I don't have to go through this whole read all the instructions. All right, here's what we're doing. It's what we're doing. I'm not a fan of kiosks. Got to be honest. If I go into a Walgreens, I want to get my stuff and get the hell out of there. Because you know what? Walgreens, I don't enjoy the Walgreens shopping experience in my Walgreens here in Bellevue. I just don't. I don't enjoy it. I don't, even if I need something from there, if I can avoid going in there, I will. The experience is not good. The ceilings are too high. They've got crappy lighting. Things aren't organized all that well. You know, there's 14 aisles and you just don't really know where anything is. And you're like, what's going on? At one point in time, they did have some epic ice cream, and then they had pictures of the ice cream in digital format. And then you'd open up the thing. Oh, no ice cream. God, this sucks. So the new anti-theft store at 2 East Roosevelt in downtown Chicago. Downtown Chicago. Hey now, they're redesigning Walgreens in downtown Chicago. It will trust shoppers to pick up essentials for themselves in the 2 free aisles, but everything else must be ordered and picked up via a counter. What do you think the line to that counter is going to look like? Is that going to be a short line? Is that going to be a fast experience with what they pay Walgreens employees? Is that just going to be a knockout dynamite, consumer experience? I don't think so. I'm going to guess with no. So the store, which took weeks to construct, opened to mixed reviews on Tuesday. That's interesting. Took weeks to construct. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you threw up some security on every damn product and you left a couple and you did a little kiosk action. One shopper told WBBM News Radio their experience was positive. It's nice. This is the one positive comment out of 500. And they're going to spin this because, it's all about the customer experience, right? It's nice that for the essentials, you no longer have to call security to get them to open up the glass case. So even the positive experience is kind of like, oh yeah. And we used to have to get everything out of the glass case. I think stores are going to go to more and more of this. I really do. Because the alternative is they just keep living with all the shoplifting going on. Because you got addicts out there that are doing this for their next fix. That's what so much of this is about. Is their addiction going to go away? Are we pushing addiction services or housing? Pushing housing, right? Because you get better funding for it from the federal government. Weird. And we don't really have all that great of addiction services to begin with. As a country, just don't. And we don't have the mental institutions that we need either. And a lot of the times it's those folks that are just whacked out of their mind. They're in these encampments and they're on drugs. They're trying to escape their reality such that it is. So these stores have to protect themselves, right? They do. Another, however, felt that the lack of trust was disappointing. Let's talk about our trust issues. It's not me. I just don't trust you. You've been coming in here every effing day and stealing us, robbing us blind. I don't trust you. That's what Walgreens is saying. And you know what? In downtown Chicago, they're right. They have every right to say that because their numbers state, well, but you stole from us 85 straight days. And the only reason you didn't come in and steal on the 86th is because you were in jail for that other offense. You tried to shoot somebody. So, yeah, lack of trust. There's no trust in this relationship. There is none. We should be able to be trusted to go in without having to have cameras and people watching us and all that stuff. No, you shouldn't. If your community steals Walgreens blind, this is what you get. Period. That's what you get. That's what you live with. That's how we're doing it. I think you're going to see a ton more of this. I've seen stores around me here in Bellevue, and I don't believe the shoplifting is as bad here as it is elsewhere because we do not have the homelessness issue. Most of the folks that come over to here to steal are coming via bus or whatever from Seattle, and they know that the burbs are they're prime for shoplifting because they haven't been picked over like Seattle has been. And this is a reaction. What Walgreens is doing right here is a reaction to just having been picked over so many, just ongoing rampant shoplifting theft, like you'll see in Seattle. So this is the poster child. Now let's roll out this program. Let's see how this goes. I'm not a huge fan of kiosk ordering. It's not going to make me come more often, another man added. It's not meant to make you come more often to the store. It's meant to protect all of that stuff from walking out the front door and the 5-finger discount. Let's be clear, right? A spokesperson for Walgreens told CWB Chicago, company is testing a new experience at this store with new concepts, technologies, and practices to enhance the experience of our customers and team members. New concepts. Yep. All right. To stop shoplifting. Okay. Technology to stop shoplifting. Yep. All right. And practices to stop shoplifting. Oh, wait a minute. That's to enhance the experience of our customers and team members. Nothing about this enhances the experience for the customers and team members other than that store gets to remain open. Period. Employees get to keep their jobs. People get to keep shopping at the store. Ask the people in Chicago how their 4 Walmarts were. Because they go by was and were now as their pronouns. Because they ain't there anymore. So this is your alternative. It will continue to offer retail products and pharmacy services, just with a new look and feel that focuses on shopping digitally for convenience. Well, if I'm going to shop digitally for convenience, you know where I'm going? Amazon. I'm going to buy my shit at Amazon. And I'm not a huge Amazon fan. I like the convenience though. And therefore, I'm an Amazon fan, right? I mean, just this whole idea of Amazon, somebody was trying to tell me they're going into, it was my son. It was my son, Karen. And he's like, yeah, Amazon's going to have a $10 a month for cell service. And I was like, really? Of course, I was driving my boat at the time. And I'm like, he's sitting right there. And I just wasn't able to really question him. But yeah, $10 a month. Is that true? $10 for cell service? I could see Amazon pulling that off. But then you got a bunch of other add-ons, right? Cell service is expensive. It's just like, I'm talking on my phone. Inside the store, customers will find an area where they can pick up orders, digital kiosks for placing an order, as well as an area to shop for essential items. They're trying to spin this as a positive, right? The move comes after Walgreens' chief financial officer told investors on an earnings call earlier this year that executives may have overstated the effects of organized shoplifting. No, that was kind of an off-kilter comment that he made that I think he was just talking out of his ass. Because if you look at the numbers for shoplifting don't look good. And the communities in which these stores are being closed down, a lot of shoplifting, a lot of theft, a lot of drugs, a lot of abuse. Maybe we cried too much last year, James Kehoe said. Well, maybe, but you're reacting to it now. Look at what you got going on. And guaranteed, if this stops shoplifting by a scooch, which I think it probably will, because when everything's locked up, people won't go there. They're going to go to Target now, right? And Target starts to do it. And then they're going to go to CVS. And CVS starts to implement these measures. Everybody's going to start to implement these measures because shoplifting is such a known quantity for getting those consumer goods that you can sell on the black market, sell at your open air drug market, which the majority of these towns have. So why would the shoplifting slow down or even stop? It's not going to. Keogh also said that the company had probably mischaracterized how much theft took place in the chain stores and may have spent too much introducing security measures. And then you turn around and do this. That is called talking out both sides of your mouth. Yes, that's what that is. Walgreens closed the 5 stores in San Francisco in October 2021, citing organized shoplifting. Shoplifting has been at the center of public debate about crime, especially in the urban areas such as San Fran. National Retail Federation said that the scourge of shoplifting, which grew worse during the pandemic, cost the industry almost $100 billion in 2022. So these stores are going to spend a little bit of money, and they're going to cover their downside. They're going to come up with technology. They're going to make it more like Costco, right? Stores are going to be more like Costco. Yeah. And maybe you have to show a membership card to get in. All right. Okay. And you start to go down all those roads. People are going to just have stuff delivered to them. I mean, Walmart will deliver you anything for, if you order enough stuff from them. So why wouldn't you do that? Because going into a store or order it from Amazon, you can get damn near anything from Amazon, right? Why wouldn't you do that instead of hassling with, okay, I got my 2 essential items. Now I need to get all that other good stuff. And I got to go up to this kiosk. Oh, wait a minute. The kiosk has 14 people in it. Well, let's just stand here a little while and see how this goes. All right, I've been here 10 minutes and 1 person has been helped. I do not have the next 2 hours out of my life to stand at this kiosk and order a bunch of deodorant and razors and toothpaste. Don't have time to do that. I'm out of here. Amazon, here we come. I think that's what folks are going to do. I really do. But I don't blame these stores for doing what they have to do to cover their backside. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense. And these people, we should be trusted. No, you shouldn't. Look at the data. You should not be trusted. Nobody should be trusted because it's based on the lowest common denominator. And those are all the drug addicts running around, stealing stuff, and then getting money for that and buying their next fix. It's pretty basic stuff. So until you stop some of that behavior, these stores are just going to cover their backside and they're going to implement all this stuff. And we're just going to go down this road and shopping is going to become something totally different than what it once was. What are grocery stores going to do? Are they going to go to a Costco deal where you show up with your membership card and you walk in the one door and you make your way through the whole store and then you come out the one door that has a couple of people standing at it? Probably. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. You know what I mean? I mean, why wouldn't we be going in that direction? We just read, $100 billion in 2022. So these stores make a small investment. They said it took them weeks, not years, weeks. So they're not spending a ton and they're reworking things and they're doing the kiosk, or else the kiosk just becomes an utter failure, right? Can you see that? Didn't work out. Here's what happened. Just a nightmare. So yeah, the big question is why wouldn't these stores go down these roads? I mean, to me, it's just, this is what to expect. This is what to expect. And then you have big corporate, trying to spin this into, this is not a reflection on you, the consumer. This is about servicing you. No, it's not. It's so ridiculous. So, we've seen the smash and grabs in San Francisco. We've seen the 70-inch TV go out the front door in Seattle. I just talked about, I think it was a Ross Dress for Less in Denver, Colorado. These places just getting robbed blind. And on top of that, so many of these incidences, and we haven't even talked about this, end with some type of violence. They include some type of violence. Store security guard doing something and, looks at somebody sideways and, they get assaulted. People get shot. People are being shot and killed. You got security guards, going after people because the shoplifting thing is so prevalent that, all stores are trying to hunker down and figure out how to make it go. And then you've got stores leaving in droves from San Fran. You've got stores leaving in droves from downtown Seattle and in Portland. I mean, the list of stores from San Fran is pretty incredible, considering some of those areas have been some of the most premier shopping in the United States. And now they're overrun with a bunch of drug addicts from the Tenderloin. And we see it every single day. And with the insurance companies going the way they have, which is just basically a hands-off policy, and with police here in the state of Washington, police can't really chase anybody unless they have, just an overwhelming preponderance of, I got to get that guy or gal. We've taken away policing's ability to catch the bad guy, to get the bad guy. So when the bad guy knows that they're walking in, especially like in California, Proposition 47, where if it's under $950, it's a misdemeanor. It's basically a parking ticket. It's not a driving offense. It's not going to infect their insurance. When all these criminals understand, and they're smart, and crime does pay. It is paying very well. And for right now, it is paying enough to cover all of their addictions. And that is a large part of what this is all about. You've got organized retail theft that basically hires drug addicts, homeless folks, go in, rob from the stores. They get paid a little bit of the cut. The organized retail theft goes in and, sells their stuff. And the other portion of this is that online markets are so prevalent. There's such a greater liquidity in today's marketplace of stolen consumer goods, because you didn't used to have that. Where would you sell those stolen goods back in the day? You're going to run an ad in the back of your newspaper and your classified ads. Remember that's where you used to go to look for all your stuff, look for your car, furniture, used household goods. Now you just go online and, you got Facebook Marketplace. There's just tons of different places you can buy stuff, right? I got a really good deal on this. That always gets me. I got a really good deal on this brand new coat. Like, did you think it was maybe stolen? That's stolen. You bought a stolen coat. You feel good about that? It's not stolen. I'm just a bargain hunter. Nah, you're lying. You know it was stolen and you don't care. And that's another thing. But there's no way that you're going to be able to, validate the identity of somebody selling stolen goods on the interweb, because it's too great of a problem. There's too many people doing it. It's just an absolute no-go. So these stores, the only chance that they have of cutting down some of their losses, they're still making money, because otherwise they just shut the store down, right? So this one in downtown Chicago, they're going to stay open. And so now all that happens is those shoplifters are going to go to the other store down the road. That other store down the road, better Johnny on the spot, get some security measures in there, right? More than they've already got, which is the 4 security guards and, the metal detector and the security goods. But if you can't chase people out the store down the street, and that's what a lot of these stories indicate that I read, are, hey, we used to be able to chase people down, we'd get our stuff back, and we'd let them go. But we didn't have the loss. We didn't have the losses that we do now, because these people brazenly load up a cart, walk out the front door, say, hasta la vista, and there's no repercussion for them whatsoever. And if they do get caught, oftentimes, that's a crime of need. I know you need that 70-inch TV. I know you need it in your life, in your tent. That's what we're doing. So let's let him off the hook there. And that guy, he needs that television. I mean, his life requires it. So that's literally what we've got going on. So why wouldn't Walgreens do this? Makes absolute sense to me, and expect this to become the norm. I think it does. It's like, oh, hey, we can save $1 here. We're going to spend XYZ. We're going to get this back in XYZ number of years by reducing our shoplifting, portion of our loss within our profit and loss system. Oh, okay. Yeah. Doesn't take a genius to figure out which systems are working and which aren't. So expect some variation of this coming to a store near you in the very immediate future. All right. That's it for me. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for being part of the News for Reasonable People deal, whatever it is we've got going on here. I will see you on the next one. Thanks again for being here. Bye for now.